everyone, my name is Ian Cohen. I am a former teacher and the founder of ATL Education Technologies, a company based right here in Metro Atlanta. And I'm here today to tell you about the upcoming ATL Education Expo, a virtual trade show that my team, along with the organization Hope for Youth, otherwise known as HYPE, is putting on from March 29th through April 2nd this spring. And the whole point of the expo is to bring together the best products, practices, and partners that can help leverage your school or your classroom to the next level going into next year. Now, as a former teacher myself, I know how tiring it can get and how it's very easy to get stuck in a survival mindset. How can I make it through this period? How can I make it through this day, this week, this semester? And obviously with COVID, we know that that's never been more true. However, we also want to make sure that we make room and take the time to step back and not only think about what we can do better ourselves, but also where we're taking the education system as a whole. And that's really what's driving the expo, is what does the future of education hold? It's going to be full of all kinds of things, but it's really designed to fit around your schedule as an educator or school leader. So we're going to have a lot of pre-recorded stuff, we're going to have some live programming, and we're going to go into all the details in this video about that. But I want to first pass it over to Christina Smith-Newton, who is the co-founder and executive director of HYPE, otherwise known as Hope for Youth. It's an education nonprofit based right here in Atlanta as well that focuses on empowering young girls of color by exposing them to technology and computer science skills so that they can be prepared to be the tech leaders of tomorrow.
Thanks, Ian. Hey y'all, I am Christina Smith-Newton, the founder of HYPE, and we are thrilled to be the official co-host for the first ever ATL Education Expo. And sure, it's debuting as a virtual event, but I know, they know, we know, you know that it is going to be an amazing experience. Why? Because we all deeply care about K-12 education in Metro Atlanta. Ian has already teed up why we're bringing this expo to you. I'll just share a little bit more about what you can expect when you register. First, there will be a combination of live and pre-recorded content from nonprofit organizations and vendors who directly support Metro Atlanta schools. This means that you will be able to learn about and take advantage of services and opportunities that were designed specifically for our schools and our communities. Next, we are tapping our educator network to help us curate the best, most thought-provoking blogs, articles, podcasts, and papers on K-12 education. We are going to pull this together in one central location so that you have access to and can stay on top of issues and innovations that we'll all need to think about going forward. And of all the things that we are bringing you with this expo, I am personally most excited about the Insight Conversations. We are going to be chatting it up with teachers, PhDs, and school board members to shed light on some of the amazing work that they're doing and to get a closer look into their career path in education. Now, of course, these pre-recorded chats are going to highlight their work, but we hope that it will also inspire you to begin thinking about ways that you can expand your impact in the K-12 space. And lastly, we cannot forget about the live discussions that'll be going on throughout the week, where we'll be digging into some of the most pressing issues around education and how to address them through a Metro Atlanta lens and context. Okay, so needless to say, I am hype, pun intended, about all of the great things that we have planned. So you just need to go ahead and grab your pass now so that you can get access to all of it through the educationatl.com website. Now I'm going to go ahead and toss it back over to Ian, where he will share more with you about how it's all going to work.
How does a virtual expo actually work? Now, we really designed this very intentionally. We didn't want to do another all-day live conference on the weekend. Instead, we wanted to make something that's actually meant for people who work in a school, even if you're virtual right now. And so it's going to be a lot of pre-recorded conversations, curated content, and other things that we've made available so that you can access it when it works for you, whether it's during lunch, during planning, right after school. That's the whole purpose of the expo. So by getting a ticket, what you're actually getting is virtual access to all of this amazing content, as well as the live programs that we're going to sprinkle throughout the week of March 29th through April 2nd. Now, we picked that week on purpose because it's the last week of spring break for all of the districts here in Metro Atlanta. We know what it's like a week before spring break, especially again in the midst of this pandemic. We're going to be tired, but we're also going to be feeling a little bit lighter because you got that light ahead of you at the end of the tunnel. And so what we hope you will do is actually have watch parties together with your peers or colleagues, obviously in a COVID safe manner. But if your principal wants to have a watch party, or you guys all want to watch the same stuff at the same time, the goal here is that what would be better than having all of the teachers in a department or a school actually watching and reviewing the same possible products or partners or practices that you can implement either right now or next year. That's the whole idea here, is we're making the content available when you want it, and you'll have continuous access to it throughout the year. And so we highly encourage you to get your pass now. You go to educationatl.com, the link's in our bio, and you can grab your ticket there. Early bird registration is still available. And we hope you can be at the expo, because again, this is meant not just to provide you with things that can work in your classroom or in your school building tomorrow, but also provide some inspiration to keep us all going and really start thinking of ourselves as an ecosystem here in Metro Atlanta. Thanks so much again, and we hope to see you there.